Imagine sitting in an interview for a role you are qualified for. The first question is asked in English. You have the answer in your head, but your mouth won't move. The silence stretches on. This maps the cognitive load of speaking a second language. Your brain processes grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation in real time. Add external pressure, like an interviewer's stare, and the data streams collide. The system stalls. Today is day one of a structured plan to manage this response. By the end of this video, you will have 3 specific tools to keep your brain functional during high-pressure moments. Managing a blank mind is a matter of reducing variables. We will use rigid, low-pressure formulas to lower the cognitive load required to speak. To begin, find a quiet space. The only requirement for this first step is a willingness to produce sounds out loud, regardless of how they feel. This is a 4-line introduction template. By using fixed sentences with small variable gaps, a student named Sarah was able to introduce herself at work without having to build sentences from scratch. Before you read, take a single deep breath. This physically signals your nervous system to exit a fight or flight state. Now, pause the video. Read these 4 lines out loud, filling in your own name and country. To document this first step, type your name and country in the comments section below. By completing this recitation, you have moved from passive observation to active language production. You have shown your brain that it can produce English when the grammatical structure is preset. Even with templates, you may still lose your place. For those moments, you need a pre-memorized safety net. These 5 words, please, sorry, thank you, excuse me, sure, function as a fallback beneath the conversation path. If your mind blanks, the conversation drops onto these words, buying you seconds to recalibrate without total silence. This is how a learner named Ahmed successfully ordered coffee in a busy shop. When he forgot the word for croissant, he used please and thank you to bridge the gap while he pointed. Choose one of these 5 words, write it in the comments to commit it to memory as your primary fallback tool for today. In real-world communication, delivering a clear, simple message is more effective than struggling to find a complex word that isn't currently available to you. The final step is moving away from templates towards generating your own thoughts, using a repeatable syntactic pattern. This formula, I plus a verb plus every day, provides a fixed grammatical rail for your thoughts to follow. Because the structure is fixed, you only focus on the verb. I drink coffee every day. I walk every day. I study every day. If you cannot find the exact verb you want, use a simpler one. The goal is to maintain the rhythm of speech rather than achieving a perfect translation. Construct 3 unique sentences using this formula. Post them in the comments, and I will review your structure. By limiting the number of grammatical decisions you have to make, you reduce the likelihood of the processing errors that cause your mind to freeze. Today, you have practiced a self-introduction, identified fallback vocabulary, and used a formula to build independent sentences. By executing these exercises, you have applied a specific set of tools to mitigate the effects of cognitive overload. While many learners stop when they feel the first signs of hesitation, you have replaced that hesitation with a repeatable process. Tomorrow, for day 2, we will expand these formulas to cover your entire daily routine, adding more complexity to your speaking range. Subscribe to the channel to continue this sequence. Fluency is the result of applying these small, repeatable actions every day.